Last year, the chair of the Royal College of GPs said that fruit and veg are so expensive in Britain that many people simply can't afford to get their 5 a day. It is widely believed that healthy eating is relatively expensive, whereas junk food is relatively cheap, and this has led some to assume that poor nutrition and obesity are principally driven by economic factors, and that some people, particularly on low incomes, almost have no choice other than to eat junk food takeaways and ready meals. But this mantra has stemmed from studies that have compared the price per calorie of various types of food. The inherent bias of this method has the effect of making high-calorie food products appear cheap. For example, a low-calorie yogurt appears to be more expensive than an otherwise identical high-calorie yogurt, despite both products retailing at the same price. To get to the bottom of whether healthy food really is more expensive than unhealthy food, we've used 2 separate methodologies. Firstly, comparing direct substitutes of food products, and secondly, comparing food products by edible weight. Here we go, 45p. 2 carrots, 45p per kilogram. Here we have the milk, skim milk, 75p, the same price as the semi-skimmed, which is the same price as the full fat. Here we go. Peas, 69p. You can pay more if you want, 69p for your frozen peas. Now we need our starchy carbohydrates. Here we've got the rice. Rice very cheap, £1.13 per kilogram. Even cheaper, 45p per kilogram. But your cheapest sources of carbohydrates probably are these bits of spaghetti here, 20p the whole thing. That's 40p per kilogram. So then we just need a bit of chicken. Best bet is this, nice chicken breast, £4.70 per kilogram. It's actually on offer over here, £4.17 per kilogram. Now we have the stereotypical junk food, the frozen pizzas, the ready meals and so on. We're going to try and get the very cheapest versions of all these. This seems to be the best bet. It's on offer, normally £2, currently £1.25. I'm going to grab some of this. This is all quite cheap on the face of it. Bangers and masher, high in salt, high in saturated fat. Only £1, but that is £2.50 per kilogram. Lasagna looks not too bad. Chicken curry and rice, high in saturates. Again, £1. For dessert, again, just only look at the very cheapest foods. This is probably the best bet here. Chocolate fudge cake, high obviously in sugars, £1.50. And then we've got the crisps. Everybody knows that crisps are cheap, right? Well, depends how you look at it. 85p gets you 6 bags of crisps, but measured by edible weight, these are actually one of the more expensive items in the shop. Then we've got the bacon, lots of different types here. All of it fairly expensive when you measure it by edible weight, £5, £6.67, £7.15. Cheapest one probably this, £1.04, which is £3.79 per kilogram. Now we're going to get some soft drinks to wash all this down. There's the Coke aisle, and you can see that zero caffeine, exactly the same price as the full sugar edition, and that's true of all these Diet Cokes, Coke Zero, all exactly the same price. And then you can go down to the Tesco own brand, 53p, a lot cheaper than the premium brands. But if you want to go the very cheapest price, you've got to have sugar-free. There is not a sugary version of the everyday lemonade at all. Then we've got the water. Sometimes hear people say that fizzy drinks are cheaper than water, or that alcohol's cheaper than water. The water here, 17p, cheaper than all the sugary drinks by some distance. It turns out there is little difference between the price of regular food products and their healthier substitutes in most categories. A few healthier options, like brown rice, are more expensive, while others, like breakfast cereals, are cheaper. But overall, most healthy substitutes cost the same or are within 10% of the less healthy option. Now obviously this is just an illustration of a few items from one supermarket, but if you go to the new IEA report, Cheap as Chips, available from our website, you'll see a lot more evidence showing that a healthy diet is certainly no more expensive than an unhealthy diet, and very often it's a lot cheaper.